I have you.
Okay, I quickly want to do a quick review of the Racing Price Monitor software from Winning More. I'm going to do this demonstration using BetX Trader that also gets into Betfair for its prices and Bet Placing. This Racing Price Monitor doesn't place any bets, gives you a current time. C1322 is the current time. The race we're looking at is Dieppe in France, which is off at 13:25, 3 minutes. So let's just give you a quick rundown. See here down the bottom, T1 is 30 minutes before the start of the race. Here's your T1. And T6 is 2 minutes, and here's your T6. Now, because we're not 2 minutes for the start of the race, it's not showing you the T6 movements yet. But let's give you an example. This horse here was half hour before the race was 7.2. It's now 6, so it's dropped a click and a bit. So you can see who the big movers are. You take the bottom ones with a pinch of salt. This one was at 240 to 1. Which is now 37% less at 151, but let's not take away from the fact it's still 150 to 1. If they were playing 4 places and this was green all along the top at that right odds, then fine. You can see now that it's changed to 200, so because it's gone up, this has gone down. So you're looking for all green, that's what you're looking for. Like this one, for instance, started at 7.2 half hour ago. Started to creep in a bit faster, steady, and it's now 5.7. So steadily been backed in. Doesn't mean it's going to win. The same with this one. It started at 23. It's only 3 clicks better off than it was. In fact, it was at 20 to 1, and then it went out to 24s before it back to 20. So when you're looking at these horses here, quite like Thalia. So if I go to the place 3. I'll put a little tick in Thalia. I like to look at that. This was 5.1, it's now 5. It's not a great movement, to be honest. This was 2.7, it's actually gone out. Not great. So I will attach a bet plan in BetX Trader to it. You can see there's the bet plan, it's in green. Once I hit trade, it will place a bet for me. There's the bet placed. Right there. By the way, if this goes green and it says lay whatever for a profit of, you can click this button and it will automatically trade out your bet at the profit. Yeah, that's gone green there, for instance. I don't want to take a profit of 0, but you get the idea. If it says £1, then I could smash that in for £1 profit, although that's not really going to happen at those odds. You'd have to win a race to get £1 profit. The other bets that you can do here is the AVB, what they call AVB, which if I show you on Betfair over here, is saying Bills Forever against Lucky Doe. Same as what it says here. So if I look at Bliss Forever. If I look Bliss Forever, it's doing okay. Lucky Doe has been betting quite well actually. In all honesty, the movement for Bliss Forever is quite slow, but it's only so far it can be backed in. So you could take that 1.58 odds if you wanted, if you thought it was going to beat Lucky Doe at 7-4, which it probably has a good chance to. The Lucky Doe did start at 9-4 and go on. You don't want to back any of these. I'm just going to stop the trading. The bet's placed anyway until this final figure's in, so you can see the biggest movements. I'm going to back this for £5 placed. Okay. It'd be interesting to see if Lucky Doe beats it, because Lucky Doe, well, it's starting to go towards the end, but that Thalia's in there still. Here's go back to the placings. Thalia's still doing well. It's only tuppence profit, not great, but once if it finishes in the top 3, you'll be looking at £1. Obviously, I'm doing pounds for the demonstration of this software that we're comparing Racing Price Monitor. This software, BetX Trader, is a video all in itself. Put a comment below if you need me to show you that one, because this enables you to automate all your bets. Just pick a certain odds that you want, say the absolute favourite 122 to 133, and then, as an example, pre-event only or during the event or at any time. Once those odds are matched, you can tick that selection here, so it bets on all. I think I've got 300 different races down here. You say any horse in any of those 300 races that matches that odds, hit that start plan and let it place the odd once you've attached it to them all. And it'll pick out your absolute favourites and whack the bet on. You can also use a virtual pot. You say, oh, my virtual pot is £100, even though your actual pot may be like £1,000, and you say use 100% of that pot for every one of them bets that reach those odds. You're effectively making your own accumulator as you go along. You're just going to put all £100 on some horse that was 1.25 to 1.6, for instance, and then the next horse that comes to 1.25 to 1.6, it's going to put that £100 and all the profit from the first race on. It's effectively making you an accumulator, and the moment it loses, you lose it all, but you don't lose your entire pot. You only lose your entire virtual pot. Probably didn't explain that as well as I should. Well, this is what I say is you've got a fixed stake, take available price, but you can use a percentage of your virtual account and change it to 100, and then it will back that as an accumulator. So back to this Dieppe race, it's live right now anyway.
On, and the yellow jacket Bliss Forever goes to the front. Shanakir falls without a fight. Bliss Forever is the leader, shows by a length and a half. Kurkan and Thalia now making ground on the outside, but it's Bliss Forever and Pierre Charles Boudot showing by a couple of lengths. Thalia in second position, but Bliss Forever comfortably holds on from Thalia, who came from a long way back in second. Third horse was Lucky Doe.
So Bliss Forever,
slow start has cost Kurkan dear. Only fourth.
And Thalia was second.
Well, the Casbah Bliss colours Bliss Forever.
So if we have a look at this, we can see that I have Thalia marked in. You can tell the two of the three horses that placed here because the odds have disappeared from here. However, they will show. And the fact that Bliss Forever has won means that the £5 over here that I put on for a £2.80 profit will also have won. So that's a good example. Both Bliss Forever's all green, Thalia's all green, Lucky Doe is all green. However, I did notice that Lucky Doe was 7.2 just before the off, and was still 7.2 2 minutes before, 7.4, 7.8. It really wasn't much of a market mover, whereas in the last 2 minutes Thalia went from 6 down to 5.3, which is obviously significantly bigger than going from 7.4, 7.8, or even as low as 7.2 to 7.2. Kurkan nowhere to be seen in those top two, and that's reflected here. It's not always going to be like this, far from it, but Bliss Forever won, Thalia was second, Lucky Doe was third. So if we look at Lucky Doe, you can see that's all greened as well. So in fact those three that are all green did well. This one that was all green, I don't know, maybe it finished fourth, I couldn't tell you from here. I'm looking at the race still just to see, but I can't. Let me just look at the place pot, which was Agape Mia, or Agapi Mia, it depends how you pronounce it. I don't know, I don't think it finished. Well, it's possible. I can't tell you from here because I'm only getting the first three up in my results line, but we'll get a full result in about 5-10 minutes. I might add a note to the bottom of the video before I submit it. So that's Racing Price Monitor. It's not always like that, so don't get greedy with yourself thinking that, oh, this is good, all I have to do is pick all greens and we're winning all day, because it does pick its fair share of losers too. However, all you want is more winners than losers, and you're laughing. Especially at these sort of odds, 4.8, 5.3 and 7.2, they're good odds. We didn't pick a winner, we picked them to finish in the top three. As you can see here, top three, Bliss Forever top three. And also here, Bliss Forever to beat Lucky Doe for a £2.80 profit. Another one, and it actually went in as 155 last price match. Well, I think we picked it up a lot higher than that, 1.7 something. Well, 1.8. obviously, because it says 2-8 there. Any questions, put your comments below. I know I'm going to get a load of questions about BetX Trader. I do use it to auto bet, and I do use it purely for accumulators, but sometimes do a straight back, then a lay, so it takes the profit out, and it don't matter where the horse finishes. You can do that pre-event, like it says here, pre-event. You can say take this price if it's the favourite, because you can tick selections. You can just say the favourites and then choose the favourite you want, first favourite, second favourite, third favourite, etc, etc. And say if it's the first favourite and its odds are below 4, it's between 4 and 5, take the price, and then say once it gets below £1 or makes £1 profit, I want you to lay and take that profit out, all pre-event before the race even started. That's just like tick betting. I'm sure most of you have seen it before. Let's say, got any questions, let me know, put them in the comments below. I'd like to hear them. If you want to see a bigger extensive video on BetX Trader, which is an amazing bit of software, let me know and I'll also make one of those. Thank you.